Good afternoon, and welcome to the showcase of classes for OLLI at FSU and OLLI at FSU PC 30A, which is in Panama City. I'm Debra Herman, Director. We have here today our esteemed spring instructors. We have staff and a few advisory council volunteers. Now, OLLI is a nickname for the Osher Lifelong Learning Institute. OLLI is a no credit program, so that means there's no homework, there's no test. It's just purely an array of exciting and engaging classes for learning for the fun of it. And we offer these 3 times a year, in the spring, in the summer, and in the fall. Let me now introduce our Tallahassee Area Program Coordinator, Terry Aronson.
Hi, everybody.
Thanks, Terry. We have a new business associate, Michelle Gomez.
Hello.
Hey, Michelle, thank you. Steve Howard is the Advisory Council President for the Panama City area, and he's going to introduce the new staff member there. Steve?
Thanks, Deborah. We're grateful and excited to be a part of OLLI at FSU again for another semester. I guess our biggest news is that we have a new learning coordinator. And she's doing a great job, and I want to introduce you all to Lisa Jefferson. Lisa.
Hello, everyone. I'm glad to be here.
Thank you, Lisa. And now let me introduce the Advisory Council President, Harriet Wass, for the Tallahassee area. And Harriet will make a few introductions, and then we will be on to hearing from our instructors. So thank you, Harriet, and thank you all for joining us today. Harriet?
Hello, and welcome to another outstanding semester with OLLI. We continue to face the challenges of the pandemic, yet we do so in a very positive way. This spring semester offers wonderful online classes on a variety of topics and for varied interests. The OLLI at FSU leadership team includes Jack Mapstone, our first vice president. Jack.
Howdy, folks.
Bruce Bouchard, our second vice president.
Hi.
Are you there, Bruce?
Yes, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, I've been a member of OLLI and before that FSU for over 10 years, and looking forward to serving as first vice president.
Great. Thank you. Our advisory council members and many dedicated volunteers who work together to present an exceptional OLLI program for our members. We will now hear from our instructors who will present information about their classes. We will follow the schedule of classes as they are printed in the course catalog by day of the week. And we start with Renee Christenson.
Hello, everyone. I'm so pleased to be here. My offering is a mat Pilates class. Pilates is a fitness class for all levels and will help improve your core strength, your abdominals, and your back strength. It will improve your posture, and it relieves stress and will help you in other sports. My second offering is called Cardio Blast, and it is a cardio class along with weights to strengthen and build stamina. I'm so thrilled to be here, and those classes are on Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Pilates, and then on Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday is Cardio Blast. Thanks for having me join. I'm really thrilled. This is my first session with OLLI.
Thank you. Linda Schuyler Ford.
Hi, everyone. My name is Linda Schuyler Ford. I am a performing storyteller and social worker. I grew up in the Hudson Valley and just grew up immersed in that folklore. So I'm thrilled to be able to share some of that with you with a 3-part lecture series entitled Washington Irving, Spinning Wheels, and Ghostly Conversations. If you picture New York during the Gilded Age, I've started watching that wonderful Showtime special for HBO. You know that there was great opulence, but New York was 2 worlds in the 19th century. As immigrant groups continued to pour in and bring rich folklore that they built on the foundation of the Dutch folklore that was New York. So we're going to look at the incredible life of Washington Irving, his personal story and his works. And then in the second session, Spinning Wheels, we're going to take a look at the fascinating women who are part of New York State folklore. And thirdly, Ghostly Conversations, the birth of the spiritualist religious movement in New York State and how that rolled down into the Hudson Valley. And they're all tied together by a thread of history and folklore. Those classes, those lectures are the 21st, 28th, and March 7th from 11 to 1. And I would love to see you there. Thank you.
Thank you. Laura Gonzalez Morris. Laura? Okay. Katherine Mooney?
I'm sorry, Harriet. I think Laura is here.
I know.
am here,
I
but
know.
you can't, how you can't see my picture?
There. Okay.
Can you see me?
Yes.
Oh, because I can't see me. I'm not showing up on there like you guys are. Okay, anyway, how did the picture come up originally?
You're visible, Laura.
Oh, okay. Okay, I can just speak then. My name is Laura Gonzalez Morris, and I am from Cuba originally, and so I am a native speaker. I love my language, and I really want to share it with others. And the important part is conversation. The conversation is what we're going to learn. We all also going to learn some reading and writing, but I want to emphasize that this is interactive. It's not going to be a rote memorizing verbs and different kinds of tenses and stuff, although we will learn vocabulary and we will have some verbs, but the idea is to make it fun and enjoyable. It's not judgmental. I mean, you're encouraged to go ahead and speak it. If it's wrong, we'll correct it, but it's not going to be a problem. It's wonderful to be able to speak another language, to be into another world, and to really say that you are bilingual. So I'm looking forward to my class, which will be on Mondays from 1:30 to 3:30, beginning on February 21st. And I'm hoping that you can join us and be part of our Hispanic family, and looking forward to seeing you. Thank you.
Thank you, Laura. Did Owen Devlin make it? No? Okay.
No, I don't see him.
Katherine Mooney?
Hi, I'm offering Reconstruction, America's Forgotten History, 1865 to 1915. And that'll be on Tuesdays from 9:30 to 11:30 Eastern on Zoom. My FSU students tell me all the time that this period of US history is the one they learned the least about in school and the one they're most excited to learn about now. And they say it's the one that most affects how they think about the past and the present. And I get emails from kids all the time talking about, stuff they learned in my classes about Reconstruction and how important it is to them. So we'll be talking about really gripping developments, changes in the Constitution, our first presidential impeachment, the experiences of people living through the United States' most sustained period of political violence, and of course, America's first blockbuster movie, Birth of a Nation. So there's a lot going on. I do hope you'll join us.
Thank you, Katherine. Leslie Hanks. Leslie? Deborah, is Leslie there?
She needs to be
Yes, she's
unmuted.
trying to unmute.
Unmute. Okay. Namaste and hello. I'm Leslie Hanks, director and founder of Yoga Unlimited. Started in 1989 for the training and teaching of yoga, Ayurveda, and the cultivation of the beautiful educational yoga gardens. Ayurveda is an invitation to the path of discovery. Ayur means self, Veda means knowledge. It is important to know that Ayurveda and Western medicine are compatible. They support each other. In this course, you will learn your basic body type, whether Vata air, Pitta fire, Kapha water. We will explore Dinacharya, meaning ideal. These naturally promote well-being, balanced energy, and longevity. With sleep-wake cycles, meal times, seasonal adjustments, and food recommendations. These food choices create an opportunity to tailor any cuisine for delicious combinations and recipes. Each class will include an hour of education, a stretch and/or breathing exercise called pranayama, and a question and answer session. Classes begin February 22nd. See you in class. Namaste.
Thank you. Patrick Love.
Yeah, hello. My name is Patrick Love. I'm teaching a course called What Will the Temperature Be in 2050? It's Tuesday from 12 to 2, Tuesday afternoons from noon to 2 o'clock. And the location is here in my lovely bedroom. You will enter by Zoom, but I will be here so that way we can all fit through the miracle of modern optics. And the course is, I taught a similar climate science course about 3 years ago in OLLI, and the world has changed. People have a different opinion. There used to be a lot of debate. We had a governor who wouldn't say climate change. He now thinks it's real, and he now thinks we're causing it. He just doesn't think we should do anything about it. So there is a large debate about what we should do, and this course emphasizes some background about temperature prediction. We will develop a simple model to predict temperature. We will find out that it really depends on what we do in terms of emissions, and we will try and project, both based by country and by energy sector, what we might emit in global warming gases and thereby predict the temperature. So this course is kind of a combination of fortune telling and science. But if you know what a graph is, you're probably qualified. Thank you. I hope you can make it.
Thank you. Dave Davies.
Yeah, this is Dave Davis. I'll be offering a course called 6 Key Historical Events That We Should Be Proud Of, offered on Tuesdays from 12 to noon. I'm sorry, from 12 to 2 Eastern time. It'll be a Zoom course. And last semester, I offered a course on extremism in which we looked to some degree at the events of January 6th. And I was so depressed after giving that course that I decided to do one a little more positive. And I have 6 events in American history that we really, as Americans, should be quite proud of. The first one we'll look at is the voting, where we start with the English requirement that you have to have a stake in society, typically property. And we'll look at that from the revolutionary time up to 2020, in which it's changed. Now, if you have the right to vote, or because you have the right to vote, you have a stake in society. And so we'll look at how that morphed and changed to what it is today. Second lecture, we'll look at some great humanitarian relief efforts during World War I and II, with that great humanitarian Herbert Hoover, who saved the lives of 7 to 9 million French and Belgians. Then we'll move forward to the Marshall Plan of George Marshall, who will reject the vengeance model that we were adopting after World War II, and instead say we are out there to save people's lives. From that, the lecture number 3, we'll look at the Berlin airlift and where the Russians were trying to squash any Western European efforts to become more united. And we'll look at how Harry Truman said, no, we're going to have an airlift. And for 14 months, 24 hours a day, every 30 seconds, a plane was landing at Tempelhof Airport. And we'll look how that worked out, really quite amazing. From there, we'll look at John Kennedy and the Cuban Missile Crisis, who had just really bungled the Bay of Pigs invasion, but rises to really heights of greatness with the Cuban Missile Crisis. From there, we'll look at the tremendous engineering and science achievement of putting a man on the moon. And one thing that is just probably one of the greatest, single greatest scientific and engineering feats in human history. From there, we'll look at the conservation effort and how in the 18th and 19th century, the Americans were destroying America ecologically. And we're going to look at starting at really in the 1900s, how we begin to remake America. And our air is cleaner, our water is cleaner, and we've really begun to rebuild. And we have in many ways done a marvelous job at rebuilding what was in many ways destroyed in America in the 19th century. So if you want to know how to make America great, or want to learn how to bring back better, this is the course you might want to take.
Thank you. Stephanie Archer.
Hello, my name is Stephanie Archer. I am a PhD student here at FSU studying music education and piano pedagogy, and I'm excited to be offering the OLLI course of group piano lessons this spring. We are going to be meeting here at FSU in the Kellogg Research Building in one of our piano labs. And this class will be great for anyone who has either never played the piano before and has always wanted to learn how, or maybe has played here and there in their life and just want to brush up their skills. So we will be learning familiar tunes, learning to play chords, and some basic note reading together. This class will meet on Tuesdays from 2:30 to 4:30 in the afternoon. And I really look forward to seeing you there.
Thank you, Stephanie. Arleen Pabon.
Hi, I'll be teaching Jacks of all trades, masters of all. There are architects who are so awesome, they create works considered universal masterpieces. And there is a handful that excels in more than one artistic field. I call them Jacks of all trades, and they are masters of them all. In this course, which lasts 3 weeks, we will interpret the work of 3 such individuals: 15th century painter, sculptor, and architect Michelangelo Buonarroti, 17th century sculptor, stage designer, and architect Gian Lorenzo Bernini, and 20th century architect, sculptor, and designer Antoni Gaudí. Individually, they literally transform the world, creating unique masterpieces that keep us in awe to this day. The course is designed to better appreciate the concept of artistic genius from a fine arts vantage point in order to better understand how creative minds work. We will meet via Zoom 3 Wednesdays from 9:30 to 11:30. On a personal note, these men were great because they revered antiquity, which is something I also revere. And I would like to remind you all that there's still space in our summer trip, to a study trip to Greece and Turkey. There's still space if you want to join us. Be confident that we're taking care of all precautions, and we hope to see you there. Thanks.
Thank you, Arleen. Mark Schlakman.
Hello, everyone. It's Mark Schlakman. I have the privilege once again to guide a course known as Great Decisions, which relies to some significant extent upon materials produced by the Foreign Policy Association, a credible cut across the horizon source for foreign policy, national security, and other matters. So what this does, some of you may be familiar, but for those who have not experienced, there is no prerequisite for this course, but the topics that the Foreign Policy Association has identified for 2022 include the following, and I'll just give you a sense as to how they're characterized: changing demographics and the implications for policy considerations, outer space, climate change, as Patrick mentioned earlier. This will not be the full in-depth, but how climate change relates to international considerations. Russia, Myanmar, and ASEAN, the Quad Alliance, industrial policy, drug policy in Latin America, and the president's agenda. And just to bring this to a close, again, whether you've taken great decisions previously or this might be your first time, It's really a fascinating approach to these issues. Some that you may see on front pages or churning in the media fairly consistently, some not at all. And I draw upon my background. I had the privilege of serving as a special counsel to the Florida Governor Lawton Chiles. I was in the Clinton White House as a senior advisor. I was in the Bush administration as within the State Department, and also served as a special assistant to the 4-star Marine who became chair of the Joint Chiefs. That doesn't suggest any particular perspective or right answers, but it does provide some insight which we travel upon in terms of how the various systems, both domestically and internationally, may relate, and the different corporate cultures within the United States government as well. So I encourage you to consider the only thing that I'm notably remiss on. I've said this in previous years. I think the only better approach could possibly be, Harriet, maybe integrating this with chair yoga at some point. So while we're engaging in discussion, and these are discussion-oriented courses, and Zoom is a great medium for that as well, we might also multitask with chair yoga. So maybe that's next year. Thank you.
Alan Romano.
Hi, everyone. So the class is When Theater Was Young, the plays of Aeschylus, and it's Wednesdays at noon and here on Zoom. So this is a class, if when I said Aeschylus, you said ancient Greeks, fantastic, or if you said Escahu, this class is for you either way. Aeschylus was a 5th century Greek playwright, and in fact was the earliest really that we can have something left of. So Aeschylus's plays are the earliest record we have of that Western tradition of theater, going back some 2,500 years. In this class, we will look at those plays. They have everything. They have families, they have kings, they have princes, they have gods, they have monsters, they have murder, revenge, they have patricide, they have matricide, they have pretty much all the sides. They have foreigners, they have Greeks, they have ghosts. So we'll look at the plays, but we'll take it from a particular angle too, which is really important for looking at the past, which is trying to get into the perspective of what it was like when Aeschylus was new on the scene. We often see the ancients from our perspective now, where we know that's how it turned out. We know how the story went. Aeschylus in particular in his own lifetime became a classics. It became sort of a standard of the theater. So we're going to see what it was like to make him that standard, but also how innovative he was back in his own time and how, in fact, kind of avant-garde and radical he may have been. So we'll look at the plays, we will look at videos and so forth. Looking forward to it very much. And even over Zoom, we will do lots of fun activities. For those who were afraid that I might make you act, which I often do in the undergraduate versions, we might still do that, but we'll do it differently. So look forward to seeing you there.
Thank you. Anne Albritton.
I'm Anne Albritton. I'm an art historian, and I'll be teaching a course called Female Artists Finding Their Place on Wednesdays at noon Eastern Time also. In the 1980s, women just weren't included in art history survey books. And through all kinds of changes, I think it'll make an interesting class to see how we discovered artists who were and are radically changing art history. It's gone from being a European North American construct into a worldwide proliferation of female artists. And it's pretty exciting, I think. So we'll start with a little bit of history and go from the 1980s in 3 classes up until now into the 21st century. So I hope you'll join us. I think it'll be interesting.
Thank you. Nick Santamaria.
Hi, everyone. I am Nick Santamaria, and since childhood, I've been interested in show business. And I'm talking about the history of show business, the deep inside of show business. So much so that I got into it, and I've been doing it professionally for about 45 years. I've been on Broadway in The Producers for Mel Brooks for 5 years. I was in Grease on Broadway as Vince Fontaine, and I just made my living, very thankfully, in the business of show. In the meantime, I've written some books about the industry and the people in it, and I am sort of known as a walking encyclopedia of that kind of thing. The course I'm offering is a lot of fun and very musical. It's called Music to Your Ears, the history of the American film musical. We're going to go from 1913, 14 years before Al Jolson came in with the jazz singer. And we're going to go up to about 1960, the end of the golden era of musicals. You're going to learn about, here's some names for you: Busby Berkeley, Fred Astaire, Eleanor Powell, Judy Garland, Gene Kelly, Sid Charisse, Alice Faye, Bing Crosby, Dick Powell and Ruby Keeler, Al Jolson, Eddie Cantor, you name it. It goes on and on. I'm going to have film clips, musical numbers that are going to make you tap your toes and sing for the rest of the day. And we go Thursday, starting March 3rd. That'll be from 11 o'clock till 1 o'clock. That's Eastern time. You people in the center and on the West will have to figure that out. I'm not that good. But anyway, join me. We're going to have a lot of fun, and I hope to see you all. Thank you.
Thank you. Maggie McColley?
Bonjour. My name is Maggie, and I'm a professor of French at College of William and Mary, the University of Provence, and now at the Alliance Française, where I'm the academic director. My course, Read, Write, Speak, Listen to French, meets on Thursdays from 11 to 1 via Zoom, and I encourage you to bring your lunch because food, after all, is at the heart of French culture. Why is this a dream course? Because everyone has learning strengths in the 4 areas we address through activities in class. Therefore, I can reach a broad range of people, and as you gain a greater comfort level, you will find growth in all areas. Since I never teach the same class twice, students who have enrolled in the past will find new content this spring. We will travel virtually to villages and cities in France and the Francophone world during each class, and will engage French-speaking people who will be invited to join us from their locations. I'm going to just tell you about the layout for the class. Week 1 is called What is Going On with Notre Dame? Week 2 will have the cultural context of French music from the 60s to the present. Week 3 will be on film noir and film of other colors. Then in week 4, we'll go to the Grandes Villes, Paris, Lyon, and Marseille. Week 5 will be on chateaux from all over France, and it will include a virtual wine tasting. And week 6 will have guest speakers coming in from French-speaking places and an informal Q&A, and everyone will be prepared to ask questions and converse by then. Remember, language learning is good for brain development and longevity. See you in class. Merci.
Thank you. Next, we have Mark Tansick.
Hi there, everyone. My name is Mark Tanzig. I'm the Horticulture Extension Agent at the UF IFAS Extension Office here in Leon County, and I'm excited to host my first OLLI course. It is called Gardening Sustainably in North Florida. This will be 6 classes offered on Thursdays beginning on February 24th, and it will run through April 7th. I think there's a week off for spring break there somewhere. Time will be 1:30 to 3:30 Eastern, and we will be meeting on Zoom. What we're going to do is it's going to be me, some staff over here at the Extension Office, as well as some Master Gardener volunteers. Some are longtime OLLI fans. And we're going to be going over the Florida-friendly landscaping principles. And hopefully we're going to teach you some things that you can implement in your own landscape to have a more Florida-friendly landscape, provide wildlife, reduce your use of pesticides, and we'll even have a section on growing some vegetables and fruit trees. So hope to join you. And we will also be having one of these special lectures on February 14th. So on Valentine's Day, if you want to learn a little bit about Florida-friendly landscaping, how you can love the earth and the pollinators a little bit more, you can join us then as well. Thank you.
Thank you. Marnie Richards.
Hi, I'm Marnie Richards, and I'll be offering chair yoga on Thursdays, 2:30 to 3:30 Eastern Time, and we'll be meeting on Zoom. I think a lot of people are familiar with yoga and the benefits, but I don't know if everybody realizes that chair yoga is real yoga. It has the same physical benefits of helping to work on strength and stamina and balance. And also during these practices, we'll be working on connecting movement and breath in a way that helps with attention and focus and the ability to be present in the moment. Each class will start with a centering and then move to stretching and learning yoga postures called asanas. And these will be done sitting and standing, using a chair for balance as needed. And we'll also then end with a short guided meditation. So I hope you can join us.
Thank you.
Thank you.
David Proctor. David Proctor.
Yeah, I'm here. Sorry. Yes, I'm David Proctor, and I will be teaching Colonial America. And I think it's going to be a great course. We're going to set up Europe, kind of give you a little bit of Western Civ. We'll set up the Americas and what's going on there. And we will definitely explain Africa and its role. So we'll kind of have a meeting of worlds. And then we're just going to roll through the establishment of the colonies by the British Empire, putting it in an Atlantic and world context. And we'll have plenty of time for discussion. I'd like to get it up to, we'll get it up to probably French and Indian War or right in there. We won't really do the revolution or anything. So we're just going to cover the Atlantic world. We're going to have Pirates of the Caribbean, everything you want. For discussion, we can even look at the 1619 project. Yeah, we'll do all kinds of things and have a great time with it. I hope it'll be more exciting than what Coach taught you back in high school. I think it will be, and I'm looking forward to it. We're going to start on February the 24th, and it'll be for an evening class from 5 to 7, and we'll run it up to April 7th. So I hope you'll join me for a tour of the New World and Colonial America, all that, the Atlantic trade. And I think it'll be a great course. So look forward to having you.
Thank you. Austin Wilkes.
Buongiorno. My name's Austin Wilkes, and this spring I am absolutely delighted and thrilled to be returning to OLLI to teach Italian for travelers, or as I like to call it, Italian for everyone. We'll be meeting via Zoom on Thursday evenings from 5 to 7 p.m. Eastern Time. And in this trip, or in this class, we'll be taking an armchair journey across 6 Italian cities. And on every stop, we're going to learn a bit of language, a bit of culture, and a bit of strategies to help us learn to get around, how to make friends, how to shop, how to eat, how to stay safe, and even how to use any verb in the Italian language. And that one we can do in one lesson. This is the new and improved version of the course. And since it's your course, your trip, and not mine, we can really use it to go anywhere you want to go. So I really hope to see you there, whether you get to actually visit the beautiful country in person, as we all want to do, or if your trips stay armchair, really hope to see you. Grazie tante.
Thank you. Annette Isaacs.
Hello, everybody. I'm Annette Isaacs. I'm a German historian and public educator, and I'm going to be back at OLLI in March 24th to April 7th. And we're going to talk about something really fascinating. We're going to talk about Strauss, Steiff, and Benz, exploring the lives of 3 iconic Germans. And I am actually pretending to stand here in Buttenheim. Buttenheim is the the little tiny town in northern Bavaria where Levi Strauss was born. And he was born actually in that house that you see behind me with the blue shutters. And so obviously Levi Strauss is going to be one of the people that we talk about. And then the second one would be Margarete Steif, who is the inventor of the teddy bear. So we're going to go into that whole story with Teddy Roosevelt and all that. And then it's going to be a 3-week class. So on the 3rd week, we're going to talk about the history of the German automobile and Bertha Benz, who was married to Carl Benz and who was not the first woman. No, she was the first human being to actually drive a car over a long distance. And all of this is going to be discussed in my 3-week Zoom program that is happening on Thursdays from 5 to 7 p.m. So I'm really looking forward to seeing you there.
Thank you. Christopher Alvarado.
Chris is not here today, Harriet.
Thank you. Stan Rosenthal.
Yeah. Hi, everybody. My name's Stan Rosenthal. I used to work with Mark Tensick. I'm the retired University of Florida Extension Forester. And a couple times a year, I do a tree identification class. This one will be April 1st or with a rain date of April 8th in case we don't get good weather from 10 till 2. And this year I want to do it, or this spring I want to do it at the Bear Creek Nature Center, which is part of the Telquin State Forest. It's on the north side of Lake Telquin. And it's a beautiful trail. It goes around a beautiful ravine. There's a creek and a pond at the bottom. Very diverse forest, very interesting. You'll get to see about as much topography as you can in Florida. That also connects to an area. We'll go out and look at some longleaf wiregrass community. Check that out. Doesn't matter if you haven't done tree identification before. We'll make it easy. If you're more of an expert, I guarantee I can challenge you too. Just really look forward to it. It'll be an outdoor event, so completely. So I think we'll be pretty safe from COVID. So it's 10 till 2, and should be a lot of fun.
Thank you, Stan. Sunny Phillips.
Thank you, Harriet. My name is Sunny with a U, and I enthusiastically teach in person, backyard birding and beyond. By popular demand, the class is now over 3 Saturdays rather than 2. The class dates are February 26th, March 5th, and the 12th. And contrary to the catalog, which lists the class times as 8 to 4, since I am a night owl, the hours are 9 to 5. This course is geared for the novice to average birdwatcher, aka birder. And generally, the goal is to give each participant the tools and knowledge to enjoy bird watching at whatever level you want to attain. Classroom and field study get equal time and will be held at St. Mark's, Birdsong Nature Center, and Tall Timbers Research Station. At Tall Timbers, we will have the fantastic opportunity to net and band birds. Jim Cox will be with us all day that day. All classroom locations have updated their filter system. It should be nice weather so we can open all the windows, wear masks since the classrooms seat 70 plus, there's plenty of room to spread out. Of course, we will be in the field half that time and we'll be able to space ourselves apart and not be required to wear a mask. I've taught this class in the spring and fall during migration because these are the different times that species move through our area. So if you've taken the fall class, you may want to consider signing up for the spring class. We are studying birds and they make up their own minds when they want to fly and where. So we'll probably see different birds. I suspect a fun time will be had by all.
Thank you. Chad Nelson.
Hello, everybody. I'm Chad Nelson. I'll be your instructor for Finding Your Way. It's a 1-session in-person class. We're going to meet on Saturday, April 2nd at Falling Water State Park near Chipley, Florida. Everybody has a navigation app on their mobile phone, and the apps are very useful, very convenient. But there are many natural wonders that are way beyond the reach of the cell phone towers. If I can teach you how to use a magnetic compass and read a topographical map, You can be confident you won't get lost when you're out there exploring. The skills can also help you understand what you're seeing when you do use the app on your phone. Finding Your Way is a course that will teach you how to use the magnetic compass and how to read a topographical map so you are more confident and you understand what you're looking at. The class will cover the same material we covered last spring, but it's in a new location. So whether you're new to the class or you previously took this class, please come out and we'll apply your skills in the Falling Waters State Park. Look forward to seeing you there.
Thank you. And once again, I'd like to thank all of our wonderful instructors for being with us again. I'd like to now turn the program over to our first Vice President, Jack Mapstone, for closing remarks. Jack?
I had to unmute my mute. Thank you, Harriet. I'd just like to give a big shout out, big thank you to all those folks who continue to give their time and energy to this organization, and particularly acknowledge the instructors and their presentations to entice, educate, and enlighten our membership. Again, I thank you. May each and every one of you listening, that's leadership, volunteers, members, and instructors, be safe, be well, and behave. Thanks, Harriet.